Good morning, family, and welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Wednesday, October 29th, 2008, and today we're reading in Genesis chapter 30, and as I was reading the beginning of this chapter, it's talking about Jacob, and remember in the previous chapter, he actually had 4 sons with Leah, and Rachel really wanted to have a child, but she couldn't, so she sent her handmaiden, basically had her handmaid have children with Jacob on behalf of her. And this actually, as we've talked about before, showing how history repeats itself, because remember Abram and Sarai at that time. And so this beginning of this chapter, actually, we're talking about Jacob, and he has children with Rachel's handmaids, he has children with Leah's handmaids, and he has more children with Leah, and then he finally has a son with Rachel, and they named him Joseph. So that was really interesting to see how they even valued the family, how much Rachel really wanted to have a family, that even though she couldn't have one, that she actually wanted to have a family so much that she sent her handmaids to have the family. And you know how he just grew by having so many, his household grew by having so many different children. But what I really want to focus on for Lessons for Life was, you know, now that his household has grown so much, he's looking to leave from under Laban, which is Rachel and Leah's father and Rebecca's brother. And he goes to Laban, and what happens at this point is Laban asks him to, he says, tarry here. In other words, I don't want you to leave Kisha, I want you to wait around a little longer. And he says, because Laban goes on to say, because I've learned from the past experiences that he's been blessed just because of Jacob's sake. And I thought that was an interesting statement. Just say Laban was blessed just because Jacob was in his presence. And that is really, I got from that it's such a nice thing to, I guess, be able to bless someone else just from them being in your presence. And I think that's what a lot of us need to strive for. And, you know, personally in my life, it's always good to receive, but as they say, it's better to give. So when you can actually be a blessing to someone else and someone doesn't actually want you to even depart from them because you have imparted something to them, you've inspired them, you've motivated them to do something, they want you to stay around because you've been a blessing to them. I think that's actually the greatest gift, and you get the greatest feeling from being able to give that kind of a gift to someone, where you can be a blessing to them. It's always good when we're blessed, but I think it's more important when we actually can turn around and be a blessing to someone else as well. And like it was saying, Laban here said he was blessed, he knows, because of Jacob's sake. So that was the key thing that stuck out to me. I think a key thing that we can keep in our mind as we go throughout, not just to always get for ourselves, but to be a blessing to someone else that they don't even want to leave our presence. They don't want us to separate from them because they recognize the blessing in us and really God in us, actually. So that stuck out to me for today, and I just want to share with you for Lessons for Life. I encourage you, as always, to read through the entire chapter. You may get something else from this chapter. I'm sure you can, because there's a lot of other things in there. And you can add it to our blog. And we will talk again tomorrow. So go ahead and create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today. And don't just get a blessed day for yourself, but be a blessing to someone else today, too.